Welcome. My name is Deidre Sirianni. I am a spiritual guide, author, and speaker. And today I'm really excited to be diving into the conversation around overwhelm. One of the biggest excuses I hear, one of the biggest things I hear from people is I can't take action because I'm overwhelmed, or I'd love to write a book, but I'm overwhelmed, or I'd love to make a decision, but I'm overwhelmed. If you feel like you are overwhelmed, then this video is for you. This conversation is for you. Over the years, I've worked with hundreds of people, and there's some specific things that you can do today to start releasing overwhelm in your life and gain clarity. So an exercise that's super powerful if you feel like you're always on the go, you've got so much going on, and you're having a difficult time having more time, and as a result, you feel overwhelmed making decisions. Here are a few questions that you can ask yourself to support you not only in decision making, but also in releasing things that potentially you are doing on a consistent basis that is leaking your energy, taking your focus away, and as a result, causing you to be overwhelmed. So the first question that you want to ask yourself is, with all of the things going on in your life, what you can do is you can write a list down. List number one is your obligation list. This is the list around all the things that you're doing all of the time that you feel like you have to do. So you're going to write down all the things that you do on a day-to-day basis that you feel like if you didn't do, you would be, there would be an issue because you have to do them. They're the things that you feel obligated to do. And then you're going to write another list of your joy list, the things that you love to do, your passions, okay? And once you've written both of the lists down, I want you to take a moment right here and right now to go through the obligation list and ask yourself the question. Question number one, who was I when I said yes to this task, to this thing, to this obligation? Who were you? What was your identity? Was this 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, yesterday? Where were you at as far as your identity in your life when you said yes to that thing? The second question to ask yourself is, what were my belief systems when I said yes to this? So if your belief system was you had to say yes to this thing in order to be enough, in order to feel good, in order to survive, in order to be a good husband, in order to be a good wife, in order to be a good person, in order to be loved, well, there's a belief system there around you saying yes to this action, to this obligation, right? And then the third question is this task, this obligation, this thing that I spend time, energy doing, or, I have energetics around, is it aligned with where I want to be? Is it moving me forward with my vision, with my mission, with how I want to feel? And if the answer is no to that last one, right away, you gotta take a moment to get honest with yourself and realize that that task is not something that is of high value to you, and potentially you're doing for the wrong reasons, which you will know by the first couple questions of who was I when I said yes to this, and what was my belief systems around saying yes to this? Was it me feeling like I had to, or I wouldn't be loved, or I wouldn't be liked? And if it's not in alignment with where you want to go and how you want to feel, it's time to release it off of your obligation list. Maybe that's delegating the task. Maybe that's having a conversation with someone and releasing it from your world. Maybe it's changing the dynamic, the amount of time that you spend on it. It's about changing something about it. So once you go through that list, you're going to find that there are certain things that don't belong in your life. And the more you release what doesn't belong, the more space you're going to create intentionally to be a conscious creator and bring in more joy, more love, more play, and everything that you want. So that's the first thing that you want to do. Okay. The second thing to release overwhelm is to ask yourself, when you have a list of a bunch of tasks in front of you, or you have a decision to make, the question to ask yourself is this aligned with where I'm going? Is this aligned with where I want to be? Is this aligned with how I want to feel? Or is it taking me further away from my vision, further away from how I want to feel, further away from what I want? And if it's taking you further away, the answer is not right now. And this is how you can become really good at saying no to things. You can become really good at getting clear on what's a yes for you and what's a no. And one of the most powerful things that you can start to ask yourself on and do on a regular basis so that you become a conscious creator in your life and so that overwhelm disappears. I hope that you enjoyed today's video on removing and stepping away from overwhelm in your life. If and when you put these exercises into place, I know they will make a big difference in your life. If you haven't already, make sure to click like below on this video, comment below, and let us know what landed for you, what your biggest takeaway was, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Sending you lots of love. It's time to wake up to the truth of who you are and who you're meant to be. And a big part of that, my friend, is removing overwhelm from your life so that you can move forward more powerfully. If you're wanting to take this deeper and go on a deeper journey with me, I recommend picking up my book, Turn Your Light On, because it's time to wake up to the truth of who you are and who you're meant to be. The link is below to grab your copy on Amazon. In this book, I share a system that I've been developing for the past 10 years, 11 things to move through and understand and overcome in your life to truly wake up to your full potential and begin to actualize it. Highly recommend picking up this book. James Twyman, who is a New York Times bestselling author and spiritual leader, says that Deidre Sirianni is a carrier of ancient wisdom and a way shower that initiates great leaps in human evolution. This book has the capacity to make a big change in your life and really transform it for the better. So go ahead and pick up your copy, and sending you lots of love.